include the following. Today I'd like to speak to you about learning American Sign Language. First I'll start off by telling you what American Sign Language is. American Sign Language is very different from English. It's got its own grammatical structure, very different from our English language. It also consists of unique hand gestures and facial expressions. Throughout high school I went to a mainstream school. There I took 2 years of American Sign Language classes and volunteered in a program called CERTEENS, which supported the deaf community. I also volunteered in the MRDD unit my senior year of high school, aiding five unique children, one in which who could not speak and used sign language to communicate. According to Gallaudet University, there are approximately 50,000 people here in the U.S. that use American Sign Language to speak every day. In our class survey, I learned that none of you believe that you know 50 words of American Sign Language. So today, my goal is to persuade some of you to help those who cannot speak using a verbal language by learning a little bit of American Sign Language. First, I'll start by informing you about the need for more Americans to be able to communicate with those who cannot communicate with a verbal language by learning the sign language. You can benefit from learning sign language in the workplace. You're guaranteed to meet somebody, at least sometime in your career, who uses this language. Many people are discriminated against who do use ASL. And according to Kent, one of the people who I had interviewed, I asked him on any given day, on average, what percentage of people would you say that you encounter that purposely ignore you because you cannot hear, speak, etc. He replied, less than 1/4, but more than 1/2 insult me. And then Gary stated, for years, I was teased in school because of my hearing. Deafy, deaf boy, robot ears were some of the examples of names they called me. I found this very appalling. Also, in the workplace, the majority of people who do speak ASL are deaf and are the lowest paid. According to the Center for Hearing Loss, a person with hearing of approximately 2,000 to 3,000 hertz is paid about 38% of that of what a person with normal hearing is paid. Therefore, I feel a change is needed. Everyone should learn at least some sign language because it is an American language that many do not know. Many schools list ASL in the curriculum as a foreign language class, but it's actually not foreign at all. According to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, foreign is referred to as situated outside a place or country, especially situated outside one's own country. Therefore, I personally do not feel this is politically correct to call it a foreign language. Now that we've confronted the need to learn ASL, next I will be discussing how you can take part in solving the problem by learning some ASL. There are many different ways you can learn this language. I personally think that the best way to learn is by taking classes. If you were to take classes, you'll learn the proper signs, grammatical structure, and facial expressions of true ASL. So if you want to learn true ASL, this is the way to go, but it can be rather expensive and time-consuming. There are other ways, though. If you introduce yourself to the deaf community, you can learn a great amount of ASL, too. In the deaf community, though, you are more likely to learn deaf slang, C or pidgin, which is using the signs in an English grammatical form. Many people who are deaf do still understand this very well, but if you want to learn true ASL, this may not be the route for you. Many people who speak ASL are very, very patient with you, and also that they're helpful and will not make fun of you. At my first deaf convention, I was talking to a man about what month I would be graduating. Instead of signing the sign for month, I signed the sign for condom. He laughed a little bit, but told me it was okay and showed me the right sign, and we continued on with our conversation. So, as you see, many people in the deaf community are very friendly. Here at Columbus State, we also have an ASL club that you can take advantage of. Now, you're probably thinking, why learn sign language? I'm not deaf, nor do I know anyone who is. ASL can be very gratifying and rewarding throughout your whole life. Next, I will tell you several ways in which you can benefit from learning this language.